Hi, Gemini. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, my name is Steph. Welcome. I've made an ink blot in your name in essence. We scried earlier in the month and we are going to flip it for perspective possibilities. You're welcome to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. We're going to add on tarot and oracle, and as well we have GhostTube here kick in for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. All in all, please do receive or release freely, of course. Geminis, if you'd like to open up with me, you're more than welcome to, or you can fast forward through. You can pause, review, reflect, watch all the way. When you're ready, taking a nice big breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception. Releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support.
In the corner.
In the name and honor of Geminis. Geminis, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights, and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Gratitude galore. Your historical moments card, little treat here for you that came up when I was pre-shuffling, is when the microwave was invented. So, after acquiring a patent for the microwave oven in 1945, the first one, I can't even read that, so give me a moment here. I have to bring it up closer to me. The Radarange was built by the Raytheon Company in 1947. The invention that revolutionized easy kitchen cooking was discovered by an American engineer, Percy Spencer, who, while working with radio signals for radar at Raytheon, had a chocolate bar melt in his pocket. Maybe some sort of that information inspires. Maybe something that seems to be going wrong, I heard awry, not wrong, could spark an understanding. Gems, are you going through some sort of understanding? Are you revolutionizing something about your... Oh, I just heard shadow. Interesting. Your shadow. Your shadow in your...
I'm scared.
Yeah, maybe it is a little frightening if you're going in the, revolutionizing something. Oh, it's like what you resonate with. Yeah, we're doing this now, Gems. I keep trying to hold back writing on them, but it is what it is. The microwave. You know what it also feels like? It's like the micro and the macrowave. Micro and the macrowave. Gems. There it is. This conversation. There are like two monks of sorts having a conversation. Micro, macro, revolutionizing the way resonance is exchanged. And there is a lot of white, even a white heart between them. It feels like peace. Peace between these two parts of me. Peace between people in general. You know the drill as well, Gems. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below and inspire our interconnected nature. Oh, there's something like, what is this? I think I'm seeing a wrestler. Old school wrestler.
What do you want?
I'm also seeing, okay, give me a moment. It's a little scary. It's a little scary. And here at iScry with Staff, we like spooky. Scary's a little scary. That's okay. Okay, thank you. I've never watched the show, but I've obviously seen blips of it. Because it kept changing forms on me. In the show Star Trek, forgive me if I'm wrong. I think it's Star Trek. There's a gentleman that has, I don't know if he has like horns and his face is all bumpy and things. It's almost like it looks like a mask, but it's not. He's a warrior. He's like a wrestler warrior. He's scary. So smart. Could be masculine or feminine. I'm approaching it as because like it's like these are the wrestler. If this is the face, and you know how they had back in the day, the wrestlers had those masks. But then he's like doing this. He's like, yeah, and that's what kind of was like, I'm scared. Like, should I be scared? Should I be frightened?
You're back.
But this is like, wow. And I have like this warrior paint on me. But it's purposeful. Like, I know it's there. Okay, I also want to draw our attention here. I am seeing quite specifically the white rabbit, but it's from the cereal Tricks. Tricks are for kids. Tricks are for kids. And I'm in like a bowl of cereal.
Where is it?
I don't think you're joking around right now. But here's the thing. So sweet. You can zoom in if you're on a phone. Right here. Actually, I can see it on either side. First of all, there's a baby T-Rex. And this baby T-Rex is playing with a butterfly. It's the resonance of peace up here. The T-Rex, let's just say for, a predator, tyrannical of sorts, can be friends with the butterfly of transformation. In order for the T-Rex to transform, it needs the help of the butterfly, and it understands that. Because even as like the butterfly is fluttering and it seems
Table.
less linear, Gems, like pushing your way through or whatever the case may be, in whatever respect, right? Creative, corporate, platonic, romantic, those channels are yours. But the way I'm feeling it oracally is like I'm coming in, it's like, oh, I want to chase the butterfly, but not necessarily in this willy-nilly way. But I kind of want to embrace that feeling. I want to embrace not even realizing I'm learning grace or I'm giving a part of myself grace.
Phone.
Does that make sense? It's like, so as I'm like fluttering, trying to find this butterfly, I'm learning agility. Or to be honest, it gets me outside. Something along that lines. It's
Road.
beautiful. And at the same time, the butterfly is being strengthened to hold its, endurance, for its flight. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. I feel like it does somewhere. It's also from another movie. I feel like it was, my mind was being kind by showing me Star Trek. There's, oy vey, Frevens and hot dogs. It's like I don't even want to go there because it was scary. But it's not actually scary. But I'm just trying to move through the symbol of it. So right in about here, right there. Give me a moment. I'm seeing a brain, like in a brain scan. I'm seeing an angel in there as well. It's like this is how I'm feeling. It's like I'm scrying, divining, seeing, sensing, and feeling a brain scan or an ultrasound, and things are talking to me, where a doctor might be able to say, oh, this means that I see this dark spot, or I see these lines, or what's being active, passive. That's their language. I feel in this moment, Gems, I'm looking at the left and right sides of the brain and how they are communicating, how they are resonating. Interesting. Is this what you're doing? Microwave oven invented, revolutionizing the way things are cooking up in the kitchen. It's like the way my connections are cooking up. Chemical balances, imbalances, maybe. Might not be for all, but if it's not your Scry story, thank you for holding space for others to receive their Scry story. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, Gems, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. It truly warms my haunted heart. Like, you guys, you're helping me out here, working with the auras and the AIs and the algorithms and all that kind of great stuff. All right, let's get back to your ink, sorry. Yeah, see, there's something about, even with the panda, when I'm in that brain scan of the panda, something was making me feel, and oh my goodness. Okay, hold on, Gems. Hold on. Thank you. Thank you. Can we get one more for Paranormal Poker Hand? There we go. And then you have the moon. If these cards mean anything to you, please follow that first versus my yammerings, but I appreciate it. Typically, I scry the art first. Okay, when I was in that brain scan, chemical balance, imbalance, I feel like it's something I've been going through. Like bamboo is so tough. Bamboo, baby, T-Rexes and brain scans. It's like maybe you're really, really tough on yourself. Is that where I'm going? Am I going with that? I want some sort of change and transformation. Maybe you've already gone through a Gemini's. I've been like wrestling with something or someone else, some sort of window of, lineage line, something along that lines. I'm looking at my DNA. How can I make it better? How can I aid it within myself? I can't maybe fix people, but yeah, there's something about the kitchen, even with the microwave oven. Maybe you're doing, interacting with elements in the kitchen differently. Something about appliances as well. If they're just, I don't know, keeping an eye on your appliance. Maybe you're getting new appliances. That's always awesome. As an adult, now I get it, why On the Price is Right. That was very exciting to get it, a stove or something. Now I get it. Okay. But I was moving on. There's that enlightenment. Something else had to catch up. Tortoise, T-Rex. Something dinosaur-like. It's like something felt so outdated, so old within myself, within others, within my DNA. Or maybe it's like somebody kept bringing something up to you that you did like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And, it's like, did you let it go? Yes, we let it go. But then they keep bringing it up. Or like this one thing. And you're like, man, I thought we got to let this go. And not like, just let it go. Like, I thought we talked, this is how it feels. Like, I thought we talked about this. I thought we had done it. Like, okay, so if we haven't, how do we clear this up? There also could be scenarios like when I was 5 years old. Something might have happened when I was 5 years old. Could be yourself or somebody in the afterlife or stepping through saying, when I was 5 years old, there was an accident. I got a brain scan or something, or an autopsy, something along that lines. And that death sent me to move away, or I had to just go on to some sort of travel. Maybe I had to take a flight somewhere, going on vacation as well. So whether you were 5 or somebody had a child who was passed that was 5, so they are with you no matter where you go. Tunnel. If it's in the rabbit hole, thank you, tunnel, of if you have lost a child, a wee one, when they were 5. Now, whether that was 20 years ago and now they would be this age if they were, still in density. But that's what it's making me feel, like they were 5, but it could have been many, 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 many years ago. Or when you were 5, maybe you bonked your head or something had happened, or something was like diagnosed when I was 5 years old. Or maybe that's just really when you came into whatever chakra that might be oriented with. Could also be a thing. All right. So, but here I am on the Hangman. Like I've 5, 4. It's like I took a step back. I took a step away. Maybe I was seeing certain kind of practitioners for something, and then I tried something else, Geminis. This also could be just in your general relationships of microwave oven. How how things are quickly cooked up, water molecules, there's something about that. I feel like when I'm in the 5, I was in one version of a microwave and I came out and I'm like, okay, I need to update this. I need to invent something. Hangman. So how do I say? The enlightenment I finally embraced. it's like if somebody has passed around you, or you lost a job, or something that you really cared about, maybe you lost your favorite, or something broke, and it's like, oh, you broke my favorite piece of china, or this my favorite t-shirt, whatever the case may be. Something, it's gone, because I cherished it, and I realized I embody that. Something was slow. Something about this wrestling match, I was playing Trickster for Kids, like
Sagittarius.
I was just learning something. Butterfly and the T-Rex, and they move at different paces, and it works to my advantage. It actually works to my advantage. The point being, in all of this yammering, and hopefully you've stuck with me through this, and I appreciate the space being held for me to move through it as well. The change has happened. The transformation has happened. The wolf has become the aware wolf. I'm ready to howl at what I want. Claim it. Yes. Claim it. There are very light elephants that come in. And I say that they're light because they're like puzzle pieces of memories. Somebody also might be like in what is that?
Touch.
Sorry, my mind doesn't always work here when I'm trying to find hypnosis. Regressions, like past life regressions. Past life regressions. There is a smoke signal in here. You acknowledge this. Smoke signal. So there's also a gargoyle in there. Okay, you know how the gargoyles are sitting typically on top of a building, and they're keeping an eye out? They were also, by you, a different version of you and energy, or you're working with gargoyle energy. It's like the bat symbol or signal. They use smoke signals to let you know something, because I feel very, very, very high up. Very, very, very high up. I also see a worm with a hat on. A worm with a hat. Now, I want to note that might mean something to you. Please follow that first. I'm also seeing right in here, I'll say it the way I see it, an evil Peter Pan. Because this worm in a hat reminds me of the movie Poltergeist. The old man with the hat that whistles. Ugh. Emotional damage right there. Okay. All right. Moving on. Geminis. Sorry. Hopefully this is serving. Quite fascinating. Okay, there's people rushing in. People, spirit guides, birth guides. They come in. It's in relation to this Peter Pan. I kind of feel like it might even been a kid or my inner child, and I'm just being stubborn. I don't feel listened to. I don't know if this is internal or external, Geminis, because I feel like you, in and of yourself, oracally speaking amongst different realms, I am listening to myself. I feel like I'm listening to myself. I'm listening to the left and right sides of my heart and of my mind, and they are creating a channel of connection between the two. But I don't know if I've had to go through a lot of therapy, past life regressions or something, you know what I mean? Looking at my birthmarks, stuff like that. I started listening to, it's like I see myself as my own map. Like even looking at the brain scan or the microwave, it's like there's some sort of map. I just saw the Pink Panther pop out. The Pink Panther, I can't remember where I saw him. He just like, phoom, Pink Panther. Anyway, we're going to take him. Pink Panther. Is he a detective or is that just in my imagination? Anyway, I saw him with a plaid hat. It's like brown. And it's like, dun, 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 dun. There's a Frankenstein in here as well. This Frankenstein, because I'm seeing the bolts right in the temples. There's a ram. Could be something about Aries as well. Or just working with ram energy. It's light. It is of light. Feels a little butt heady. And I'm not saying, maybe it is. Because it's like the skull is strong, has a strong shadow, but the entirety of its light. It's like that's the skull's protecting the brain, the mind, if you will, or the brain that harnesses, transmutes, transfers information from the multidimensional mind. And that's protective, yes.
Wayne.
Something's very, very happy up here. Like this. Okay. Gems. This conversation here. It's like a shadow shine. You can even call it the past and the present. Apply any place of duality, any persons actually. I'm also hearing personalities, parts of me, parts of others. Nonetheless, there's a cauldron here in the center. And you see how, depending if you can see it, the steam of what it's cooking up is actually mixed in the coloring. But it's a cauldron there. Cooking. Sometimes it's like I understand. It's like I don't want to use the microwave. I want to warm something up on the stove the way we used to. You know what I mean? Or something like that. It's almost like I have a gratitude. It's even like maybe going through like your ancestry thing. Forgive me.
Follow
Timeline,
me.
your family tree. I will follow him. And I've learned something. And now I have an appreciation for the way things were, the way things used to be. Why? I did some research of why I resonate in certain ways, shapes, or forms. Maybe why others within my family, my friends, whatever the case may be, my job, my corporation, my business. There could be a merger coming up and I need to do research.
Please leave.
And through all of like this brain scans, T-Rex and all of this kind of stuff, I've had to go through some back and forths about things. I've had to go some back and forths, but I've done this research about this resonance. Micro and macro waves. Comes in and it comes out. It's like seeing this cauldron cook and the steam go up and out. And does it make sense? I feel like it makes sense. Okay. Gems. Thank you. Closing out messages here. We have relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. In the world, not of the world. And Pandora's gift. I'll bring these up so you can take a much nicer look. So you can take a look at the card, the art, and everything else, words included, whatever stands out to you. Okay, get my chubby fingers out of there. Pandora's gift. Gems. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Okay, it's even in a tree trunk here. I've definitely been looking at DNA, ancestry, micro, macro waves, and where I'm in place at that. It's like somebody might have told me this is my place. Oh, well, this is, genetics or something like that. Even if it's the culture of a company. I want to kind of put a little spike in here of a Capricorn that I joke with. Anyway, it's not the point. Oh, this is the culture. Oh, this is just what happens in our family. Da da da. And it's like, okay. It's also not an excuse. No excuses. Nothing but performance. That's very harsh, but you know what I mean. But I feel like you are being ultimately surrounded by so much of your own orbs. Oh, what is that? When it's like waves, particles and waves, particles, particles, particles. Particles and waves. I'm going to cover up her nudie bits here, but particles and waves. Something about koi fish is also moving through. Something about your emotions, allowing them to flow through this journey. I'm seeing people clap for you. Like they're doing this.
Donate.
And not in a passive aggressive way, like, oh, yay for you. No, I'm seeing it like an honorable, well done, well done, well done. Geminis, why? Because in whatever way, shape, or form, mask on, mask off, micro, macro wave, you're realizing your gift. Gifted, gifts of your history, different lineages. Somebody might also be remembering past lives quite clearly, quite clearly. It's like somebody told me I was broken.
Scrying.
Yeah, that's what we do here. Maybe when I was a kid. Maybe as an adult. Maybe a boss. Maybe a partner. Whatever the case is. Again, can look to blame, but I'm stopping this. I'm stopping that back and forth conversation. I'm coming into myself. It's like, but do I actually believe that? And do I want to believe that? Does it serve me? And I feel like Geminis are like, oh, maybe the reason why whatever things were said is because my gift made them uncomfortable. Your presence asked them to grow, like the T-Rex and the butterfly. And it's okay if they're not. It's not your place to shove it down anyone's throat. And even if it was shoved down your throat, there's always a choice. There's always a choice. And how you handle that choice, I want to come back to your ink blot. Love. Self-love first. That sometimes means letting other things go, changing jobs, different departments, doing healing your way. I'm seeing a house. It's at like nighttime, but I'm seeing a light on, like one light. You might be working at night. You might be working when no one's watching. You might be writing a book or journaling or doing something when everyone else is asleep. It's quiet. It's not impeding on anyone. Very respectful of other people's boundaries and knowing who your audience is accordingly. But Geminis, I hope this is served. This feels, you know what I'm going to say? It feels
Later.
Magnetic. Magnetic, micro, and macro wave. Geminis, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I look so forward to seeing you soon. We'll do this again in like a week or so, and we'll scry soon. All right. Thanks. Bye.